How's it going, guys? My name is Doe, and I hope we're doing good. In this video, I want to do a Behemoth guide for Thrax, going over how the fight works, what it looks like, but the way I'll be doing that is covering it through a commentary style / podcast style, talking over some footage I have and going through it like that. So the first thing I'll be doing is covering some sword gameplay, because I think the sword is a great weapon in escalation, and it's also amazing on Randall or Thrax, whatever you call it. And the way every fight starts off, you get your freaking amp, go through this crazy portal, and you'll be teleported through this, I guess, wormhole type deal. You'll be arriving in the arena, and the reason this matters is because once you arrive, you want to start pressing W towards the amp crystal in the back where Thrax will spawn. Pop your potions if you can, get those ready. If you're using Catalyst, it's great. If you're close enough, Thrax will wind back and come for them cheeks. And after that, you can interrupt it, which it is a hard interrupt. Having a Vigilant Overdrive makes it a lot easier, or a Warpack Missile. All that stuff is great. Doing enough damage will make it Enrage. Right now, sort of backed away, didn't like me. Goes in the air, does a cannonball. Going in the air doesn't hurt you, but when it lands on the ground, that will hurt you. So try and dodge that, but wait a little bit to dodge it. It's a slow attack. The Enrage is sort of a wind up. It'll like put both its heads together and then go in the sky. This is a nom attack. Trying to get it's nummies, or yeah, but I don't know. Man, my brother's raising a kid here. A lot of weird terminology. Anyway. We waited enough time to where another boop comes up. I missed the interrupt because, like I said, it's very difficult. I had way too much attack speed. Now I'm behind it where it's going to start kicking me, which is very rude. And you'll have to notice that Thrax likes to use a lot of different attacks. Right here's a tail swipe. You want to wait to dodge that too. Don't like dodge instantly whenever it moves his tail. Dodge whenever it actually goes for you. Because the animation will start where it'll wind its tail up, but it doesn't actually start to hurt you until it actually starts moving its tail towards you. Here's the interrupt again, very long wind up. Now we're doing the Aether Mode. This is spooky. So if it looks around like that, it's going for some crazy DM slides. I'm talking like sending out these things at 100 words a second. It's nuts. They're going to all kinds of freaking Instagram accounts. It's wild. You can interrupt that, but it's very difficult. And also be aware, whenever Thrax finishes the DM slides, it comes out of a portal with a vengeance, and that can hit you. And it's rude. Now this attack, whenever it does that sort of like tunnel vision thing, it goes off to the side, it'll go in the sky and come out a portal. There's a different one where it'll actually go from the ground, it'll dive into the ground and then come from the freaking space and land on you. That is also very sketch. So it's going to happen pretty soon here, methinks. Yep, right there. So to dodge this, wait like a couple seconds and then dodge. And even after you dodge it, it will still hit you with that little barrel slide it does right there, which is something that you have to be aware of. There is an 8th event on this fight, but I would not suggest bringing Skullforge if your only reason for bringing it is to abuse that 8th event. It is not anywhere near as viable on this Behemoth, or this, I guess, escalation boss as it is on any other escalation boss. This attack right here, very sketch. Whenever it teleports you away with that little pink portal, which happens if you're far enough away, you want to just start rolling in a direction. Pick a direction away from Thrax, kind of guess, and just keep rolling. Because that thing will one-shot you if you have no power boosts. It is very scary. Like, I can't even describe how sketch that is. Now right here, we're on, I think, the 3rd or 4th Enrage, which goes to show you how hard this fight is when you have no power boosts. Right there, it hit me with the young arm swipes, which will happen. And I think we killed it. Yes. Yes, we did. Alright, so that's the commentary for the fight, just going over like how that hunt went down, which was decently smooth. It's not going to be a flawless just because of how long it went down. Like, I'd have to play it out of my mind. Now, to go over some actual, some more in-depth tips for the fight, there are things you have to pay attention to, which are the attack patterns of the boss. So, if you go into the arena and you're not getting close enough to it like I did in that clip, in the start of that clip where it went for the interrupt first thing, it will instead throw goo at you. And this is normally followed up by the interrupt attack unless you get super close to it, in which case it'll do a cannonball attack. So what I'm trying to say here is you can manipulate the AI to do certain things that you want to happen. If you're within a medium range, it'll go for the interrupt. If you're too far away, it'll throw stuff at you. If you're too close, it'll do a cannonball most of the time. Those are like the 3 starting moves that I can think of. Now, some other things to really keep in mind are how to dodge these attacks. What I think most players will do is they'll see Thrax do something and sort of like freak out, panic, and start rolling too early. Thrax doesn't have that many attacks that are very instant, but the ones that are sort of fast are the ones that involve its limbs. So it has an arm poke, a freaking leg poke, a tail swipe. Those are pretty fast. Those are actually very fast moves. The tail swipe isn't as fast, but the arm and leg pokes are very quick. That is going to get a lot of players using like fast weapons, or actually using slow weapons like the hammer and the axe, so be careful of those attacks. Other weapons like sword and chain blades will have a much easier time dodging that, but you might still get hit. But just be aware of those, and what I normally do is I like to dodge through Thrax because that helps out. If you're getting hit by the freaking the leg poke, try and dodge away from Thrax though, because you could actually dodge into it and it wouldn't hit you, but you dodged into it, so you get bodied. That's never good. And as for the tail swipe, when it moves its tail back, like I said, don't dodge until it starts freaking whipping it back and forth, alright?
It's twerking on!
I hate fucking twerk, bro!
It throws it all the way back, dude. When that starts happening, you gotta dodge. But until then, wait for it to actually engage the hurt boxes, or the actual hurt frames, whatever you want to call it. And then for the other attacks that are actually sort of hard to really dodge and take a lot of time to learn, you can dodge most things on this fight. And the things that are really hard to dodge are going to be its Aether Mode, which is a very long windup, but it is dodgeable. It's just, it takes practice, man, because like gotta learn the sound cues, gotta learn the timing, but that's dodgeable. And you can just run away from it. Like, it's not like a crazy thing to avoid, just back away, that's fine. But if you're going for max DPS, you might stay close and DPS it, which is fine. But just understand that that move hits for a decent amount, I believe. Like, most of those don't hit that hard, but Thrax's hits like a truck. There are some other moves. The teleport ones are the ones that are pretty difficult. And to explain those again, you have one where it teleports away horizontally. So like a subway train kind of, it's just like zooming away. And when it does that, it'll go from a portal in the sky that will come at you from an angle. It doesn't always hit you, it doesn't have the best tracking, but be aware of it, because if it comes for you, it's gonna hurt. Now the other one is a lot harder to dodge, and this is where it goes into a dolphin dive in the ground, and then it comes back from the sky directly on top of you, and it creates an Aether vent. So you have to dodge both these attacks if it's next to you. The one where it goes in the ground, that can hit you, and when it comes from the sky, that can also hit you. This is a pretty quick dodge, but it's also got a small delay to it, so it's really strange. But there's a sound cue to it, and all I can say is learn the sound cue. That's pretty much how these fights go. That's how I learn these fights, at least. And then, as far as that goes, there's one more thing I'm forgetting to mention, and that is that Thrax has sort of a resting animation where it'll do pretty much nothing, and that is just, it'll just like sit there and like it'll act kind of tired. And it also has one where it will de-Aether Mode and de-Enrage, and it explodes again. So Thrax has a lot of AoE attacks. Watch out for those as well, which are, they're very, dude, the damage they do is very, it catches you off guard. Like it'll catch you off guard and catch you in the grave. One more thing I forgot to mention, which I'm probably forgetting a couple of things. I'm trying a different format for this video, but Thrax will do portal attacks, which are funny as heck, and it'll create a portal and stick a limb through it and try and hit you. Sometimes the tracking isn't amazing, but sometimes it's pretty on point, and it's a pretty good time to just be mind your own business, and you just have this interdimensional freaking worm messing with you, bro. So that's a little fun part about it. But other than that, man, Thrax is a good fight. It's a fun fight. Once you get Power Boost 3, I think it becomes pretty easy, because if you learn the interrupts, you have Power Boost 3, you have all this kind of damage. It's not that difficult. I think learning it is a lot of fun, and that in itself is what makes the fight enjoyable. The learning process. So enjoy learning the fight. Make sure you just pay attention to what's going on. Don't overreact to some of the attacks, because they will get you killed if you do that. Like, just dodging the second you see movement will get you just the fastest stem revive you could ever imagine. So yeah, last closing thoughts. Bring Bork Tonics if you want to. Check out my build for the sword if I post it, which it'll be posted sometime. There'll probably be a link in the description, mayhaps, maybe may nots. But other than that, y'all, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. If you like the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more else content. If you want to, use my Epic Games support card code in the Epic Games Store, and also the in-game Dauntless store. If you want my partner flare, subscribe to my Twitch. It's you know, my Twitch channel. I stream there sometimes, occasionally. But thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.